In this WrestleTalk news, a clue: Adam Cole is leaving WWE, 2 fired WWE stars to AEW, 10 bits review of NXT, and more. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news, and do the crab with me. Yeah, do the subscribe crab. 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 Subscribe crab.
Support WrestleTalk!
Last summer, WWE controversially looked at their wrestlers' main roster contracts and decided, so we own your soul now. No longer touring during lockdown, many WWE stars found a new creative outlet and money earner by starting Twitch streams, OnlyFans pages, and Cameo accounts. WWE claimed it was actually using intellectual property they'd developed, as names like Big E are WWE creations, so everyone was given an ultimatum: give us your third-party service accounts, or we'll fire you. Everyone apart from Zelina Vega did, and Zelina Vega got fired. Turns out though, NXT isn't just developmental for wrestlers, it's developmental for HR too, as they botched a contract finish. NXT talent haven't been subject to the same third-party services rule as the main roster, with their daddy Triple H still letting people like Adam Cole play video games online with their friends. Problem is, NXT accidentally let Adam Cole's contract expire last month, and WWE is reportedly trying to keep him by promising success on the main roster. You too can be like Damian Priest, Keith Lee, and Tony Storm. This apparently involved a meeting with Vince McMahon himself 2 weeks ago, which was said to have gone so well, the Raw and SmackDown creative teams were told to pitch ideas for Cole's main roster debut. But then Ringside News started reporting WWE isn't actually that interested in keeping Cole, and fans shouldn't get their hopes up. Time is running out as his contract extension expires after NXT TakeOver this Sunday, at which point AEW, who are reportedly very interested, could sign him to debut for them right away, with no non-compete period in place. Cole has a lot of negotiating power, and his Twitch channel will presumably feature heavily in those contract talks, which makes it interesting. He's now said the following on a stream.
I love y'all so much. I wish so bad that I could just stream for a few more hours, but it makes me so happy to even be able to stream for a little bit, and it's why when I say, no matter what, there is a 0 chance that this channel is ever going away. I will never give this up. I love it with my whole entire heart, and I love you guys. That's how important you are to me, because you guys make me feel very important. So again, there's been a lot going on lately. I just want to make sure everyone knows that this is going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere.
Kind of like the creative direction for Raw. While he doesn't directly address the WWE contract situation, that is what he's hinting at with the "there's been a lot going on lately," especially then reassuring fans about how his Twitch channel will be unaffected no matter what future he decides on, either hinting that he'll somehow work his Twitch channel into a main roster contract like Zelina Vega did for her WWE return, or Adam Cole to AEW confirmed. What do you think Adam Cole will do, baby? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be replying to people for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live from out of nowhere. Before we get on with the rest of the news, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to this video's sponsor, Manscaped.com, the global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Or shaving your head so it comes back so strong, MJF becomes your best friend. This hairline is totally natural, #no filter. You can get your grooming regime going with 20% off, free international shipping, and 2 free gifts at manscaped.com/WTTV. And there's never been a better time to shave your body, butt, and balls, because they've just launched their new upgraded Lawnmower 4.0 waterproof electric trimmer with wireless charging, so convenient, which I'm finding even better than the 3.0. It's given me the perfect pube to penis ratio, that's science. You can get that now as part of their upgraded Performance Package 4.0 bundle, which also includes the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, the Crop Reviver Ball Toner Spray, and the Weed Whacker Nose and Ear Hair Trimmer. I really can't recommend the ball deodorant enough. I just squirt a little bit on my hands here. Ooh. semen's been released again, and then rub it over my giant testicles after a shower to stop the stench. And for a limited time, only when ordered with the Performance Package 4.0 kit, you get 2 free gifts with our link manscaped.com/WTTV in the video description below. The Shed Travel Bag and Manscaped Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs, which, yep, I'm actually wearing right now, along with 20% off and free international shipping. So go to manscaped.com/WTTV now and upgrade your grooming life. And as a bonus, it really helps support us here at WrestleTalk too, even if you just click the link to check them out. Support Manscaped. Support your balls. Well, we'll have to wait until next week's episodes of NXT or AEW shows for Cole's decision, as NXT is reportedly taping the next 3 shows in one batch, and he can presumably show up as soon as Wednesday's Dynamite. 2 other former WWE stars are pretty much confirmed to show up in AEW. Buddy Murphy has been tweeting a countdown every day to the 31st of August, the date his WWE non-compete clause expires, making him available for the 1st of September episode of Dynamite, which coincidentally is the go-home show for All Out. The heavy speculation is that he'll enter a program with Malachi Black, as they both posted seemingly interconnected short films since leaving WWE of them both leaving some kind of prison. The production quality is very high, beyond what Murphy would do by himself and beyond the financial capabilities of other independent promotions, strongly suggesting AEW is the backer, just like Moxley's Prison Break promo upon leaving WWE 2 years ago. And they aren't the only ones to get this treatment. Fightful Select has reported AEW is interested in bringing in the former WWE star Ruby Riott, who is now going by the name Ruby Soho, into the promotion. She was released the same day as Murphy on the 2nd of June, and it just so happens she's now posted a very well-produced short film teaser too, of her walking through a train station with a ticket from Orlando, where she was based for WWE, to New York, but she misses her train. Presumably because it took her a while to break out of prison. Why is there no prison in this one? The vignette does say to be continued, so hopefully we get to see the process of her trying to get a refund, told it'll cost 3 times the price to book the next train, and you have to make 5 connecting stops, so she just decides to go to Chicago and debut it All Out instead. Fightful adds that independent promotions have been told Ruby isn't taking any bookings, implying she's already got a deal with a company that can afford to make expensive looking short films for her. Ruby Soho to New Focus Wrestling confirmed. I sure can't wait for everyone's eyes to be really wide for the debuts, because it looks like we're not going to see any mouths, as Chicago has announced an indoor mask mandate from the 20th of August regardless of how many vaccinations you've had, which is this Friday's Rampage The First Dance episode, the one where CM Punk is heavily speculated to debut on. Yay! But while AEW are playing chess, WWE is playing 4D Guess Who, because they're reportedly considering Raw on a roof! Because Raw Underground didn't work, WWE is admirably trying the complete opposite tactic, staging an episode of TV on the top of a building. As WrestleVotes is reporting, with the success that the MLB had with the Field of Dreams game last week, WWE has begun very initial discussions about doing a few off-site events in 2022. Some ideas discussed within Creative include Raw on the Roof, Hammerstein Ballroom, and more direct festival shows a la Rolling Loud. Because that's the problem with Raw at the moment: the location. Unfortunately, WWE's problem with Keith Lee, they don't know how to book him, isn't so easily solved, and PW Insider is reporting that's the reason why he's been wrestling so many dark matches since his return from not being medically cleared. Despite returning on TV to lose in his home state to Karrion Kross but then get an emotional win back the week after in Chicago, WWE officials have reportedly taken him off Raw TV and booked him in quick squash matches in front of the live crowds only, to refine Lee and decide what works best for him going forward. You know, what NXT is meant to do. WWE aren't the only ones who go back and forth on creative decisions though, even changing things as late as on the day as AEW do too. Kenny Omega was originally booked to lose his AAA Mega Championship to Andrade at Saturday's Triple Mania show. Dave Meltzer revealed AEW requested this to be changed a month or two back though to Omega retaining. They had just found out that they were having to reroute their all-out title match plans from Omega vs Hangman Page to Omega vs Christian, because Page was taking time off as his wife is about to give birth. To make the new Omega vs Christian match feel more important, AEW booked Christian to win the Impact title from Kenny on the debut episode of Rampage last Friday, and now no longer wanted Omega to also lose his AAA title the following day. AAA accepted the request, but when Omega turned up on the day of the show, he tried to get the result changed back to Andrade winning, as nobody knew Ric Flair was also going to be there. Meltzer is reporting that AEW had no idea Flair would be backstage with Andrade and eventually accompany him to ringside. On seeing him, Omega tried to change the championship with Ric Flair getting involved. That would be a great story, so that was kinda pitched, and Tony Khan was fine with Omega losing at that point. But it was actually Triple A who made the final call of keeping the belt on Kenny, as they had another match down the line they wanted him to wrestle as champion. Kenny's whole belt collector gimmick might get surpassed soon though by Impact Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo, as she also won AAA's Reina de Reinas championship on Saturday's show, prompting Omega to tweet, not a huge spoiler, but headed to AEW Dynamite, me, still your AAA Omega champ, still the belt collector? Face raised with eyebrow? Oh, this won't do. With a picture of him holding up one belt to Deonna Purrazzo's two, which Britt Baker fancied opening the forbidden door a little more, replying, "Bring her with you." Now it's time for Tempest's review of last night's NXT in about 5 minutes.
Vince McMahon wants one thing, Triple H wants another thing, USA Network wants one thing. Doesn't anybody care about what I want? Oh, god damn it! Well, I'm the Quizzlemania champion, Tempest the Wrestler, and I'm here to review NXT in about 5 minutes. So this week's show opened with a Diamond Mine Open challenge as Roderick Strong took on Ilya Dragunov. This was a pretty solid match. Ilya Dragunov got busted open halfway through and required stitches later in the night, but a full Crimson Mask helped him push through. The Diamond Mine has basically been a total flop so far in NXT, and Ilya Dragunov desperately needed a win after last week's loss to Pete Dunne. Pretty solid, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Hit Row then came out to cut a promo, and they were quickly interrupted by Santos Escobar, who was in the parking lot. Escobar invited Swerve to come out to the parking lot to get his grill back and said there would be no Legado del Fantasma there waiting for him, and Isaiah Swerve Scott just kinda believed him. Dumb babyface. Swerve went out to the parking lot and was jumped by Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde before Hit Row came out to make the save. They ended up getting the better of Legado del Fantasma, with Swerve retrieving his grill and throwing Santos Escobar into the garage door. I'm not a fan of Isaiah Swerve Scott being made to look like an idiot, just trusting Santos Escobar that he wasn't going to get jumped, but I thought this was a pretty acceptable brawl to set up the 6-man tag that was announced for next week. This gets a 3 out of 5. The next match saw Cameron Grimes take on Josh Briggs. Briggs caught him with an awesome big boot to start the match, and Cameron Grimes eventually fought back and won with his double foot stomp. LA Knight and Ted DiBiase had been on commentary, and after the match, Knight slapped DiBiase and hit Cameron Grimes with the BFT on the outside. This segment wasn't very long, but it didn't have to be. Everything felt important and everything was entertaining. This gets a 4 out of 5. Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis f***ed. That was the segment. They be f***ing. The next match saw Index take on Robert Stone and Jesse Kamea. Now, I'll be honest, I thought this was the worst thing on the show, but not because of Index. It was all because of Robert Stone and Frankie Monet. I don't understand what the dynamic is supposed to be here. Index honestly did nothing wrong in this match. They were perfectly fine as the babyface team here, but Robert Stone was doing the most goofball comedy wrestling. I just couldn't stand it. Frankie Monet got thrown out of ringside by the referee, and I still don't understand why she's associated with the Robert Stone brand. She's not getting anything out of it, and it's been long enough to question that. Indy Hartwell submitted Jesse Kamea with the silence, and then after the match, she went over to Beth Phoenix, got a little box, got down on one knee, and proposed to Dexter Lumis. He said yes. How they have managed to draw this out for so long and still rush this entire storyline is truly amazing. We only got one set of vignettes with this couple. This is what I was waiting for all this time, with some fun vignettes of them going on dates, having goofy little interactions, but no, we got one set of them and now they're getting married. Who cares? The match was poor, the post-match was fine. I'm still gonna give this a 2 out of 5. Backstage, Malcolm Bivens says that Ilya Dragunov is a heavyweight and Roderick Strong is a cruiserweight, so this match should have never happened, and
Are you sure about that?
Next up was the semi-final match in the NXT Breakout Tournament as Carmelo Hayes took on Duke Hudson. There's been a lot of David and Goliath matches in this tournament, but most of them have been pretty good, and this was another one as Carmelo Hayes struggled to fight against Duke Hudson, who threw him around a lot early, but ultimately ate a sickening DDT on the apron as Carmelo Hayes hit a code breaker and his top rope leg drop for the win. After the match, Carmelo Hayes said he is the final boss of the tournament, and Odyssey Jones came out saying next week NXT fans will sound the alarm. This segment was a lot of fun. I really like Carmelo Hayes, and I like Duke Hudson too. They've both got a lot of charisma and a lot of potential. I could see next week's final going either way with Carmelo Hayes and Odyssey Jones, and honestly, I'm happy with either one. This gets a 4 out of 5. Cameron Grimes cut a great promo in the trainer's room with Ted DiBiase, saying that he was not a butler, he was a champion. And at NXT TakeOver, he and Ted DiBiase will both be $1 million champions as they will both be going to the moon. This wasn't very long, but it was one of the most effective things on this show for getting me excited for NXT TakeOver. This gets a 5 out of 5. We then had the NXT Tag Team Championship match as MSK defended against Imperium. I've not been super hot on both of these two teams of late, but they had a very enjoyable match, going back and forth until Walter came out for the distraction, looking like Imperium was going to be able to pull off the win and get the titles, but Ilya Dragunov came down to ringside to attack Walter, allowing MSK to reverse Imperium's powerbomb and hit their double team neckbreaker for the win. This was a very fun match. The crowd was really into it, and afterwards, Walter ran wild with chops on both members of MSK and Ilya Dragunov, leaving him laying before choking him out as his music played. I thought this was a very enjoyable NXT TV main event. This gets a 4 out of 5. We then had the main event segment as Samoa Joe came out to cut a promo on Karrion Kross, saying he wasn't there to hurt his feelings, he was just here to hurt him. Karrion Kross then came out onto the stage and brought out security to protect Joe, and Kross's promo didn't really say much. He said it wasn't about him or Joe, it was about the future, and he said he was going to drop Joe at TakeOver and do it quickly. This is where the two started brawling, and they brawled around ringside with Joe throwing Kross into the barricade, Kross threw Joe into the steps, and then they brawled through the barricade going one way and then back through the barricade going the other way as the show went off the air. The promos were a bit lackluster, but they managed to pull off an excellent brawl to go off the air. They haven't done a very good job of making me excited for this takeover, but this show did a fairly decent job. I'm going to give the main event segment a 3 out of 5, and I'm going to give the show as a whole a 3 out of 5 as well. There were enough good things to get me invested, but there were enough okay or just average things to make me kind of check out at times too. And that just about wraps it up for me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this week's show, you can go over to WrestleTalk podcast later on today, where myself and Chopper Pete, it will be Chopper Pete this time, not that no good Luke Owen, we will be breaking down the entire episode of NXT in detail. Until then, make sure you stay beautiful and jam that jam.
In this WrestleTalk news, an AEW star leaving for WWE, heat with NXT and the USA Network, my review of Raw, and more.